there's kids involved.
Holly, as we listen to the prosecution in their closing argument, tying up all these loose ends, you know, we've criticized, we've speculated about the prosecution's case throughout this program. However, there was a moment that I want to bring our viewers' attention to where Erica Stefanko is seen in court looking visibly upset, troubled in a way, maybe angry. And the question is she worried about how the prosecution ultimately handled the whole case and how they wrapped it up? Or is she upset at their defense team? Or maybe she's upset she didn't take the stand like she initially wanted to. Remember, she wanted to take the stand, then had a little more time to think about it, spoke with her attorneys, and ultimately said no. Do you think that's what's happening here?
I think so, but again, she's the arbiter of that decision. I mean, she gets to decide whether or not she wants to take the stand. And if she's made the decision to not, you know, she's had months and months to prepare for this. I don't know exactly what made her feel emotional. I'm surprised that that's the moment she chose to be emotional. I'm surprised that we didn't see more. If she is an emotional person, I'm shocked she didn't find the emotion in her heart throughout the majority of this case. I'm surprised we didn't see any emotion when the jury was looking at the battered and bloodied face of the victim. So, you know, I'm not particularly concerned about this display of emotion. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's imagined, but she's in the driver's seat about whether or not she chooses to take the stand and to have the jury hear her voice live and in person instead of in the audio recordings. And Jesse, I want to remind you of one thing. I listened to the prosecution's closing and they were choosing to focus on the actual assistance of the logistics of the murder. And I understand that. I think that's probably how they get there on all of the charges. But when I was watching live all day, when I heard the recording that was introduced by Cindy Cobb, one of the things that we haven't talked about is the importance of the fact that Erica was discussing not assisting or driving or waiting in a cornfield or helping make a pizza order. She actually told Cindy Cobb in that recording in the barn that she had told Chad, listen, the only way we're going to get out of this custody dispute, this hearing that did not go our way, where our daughter is now being placed with her mom, Ashley, the only way we get out of it is a couple different ways. And I knew, Erica said to Cindy, that I shouldn't have told him the one way. And the reason why I told him that was that it was better off that Ashley be dead so that GC does not turn into her. That to me is something that I would have focused on in closing. I would have said 3, 4, 5 different ways to the jury, because to me that introduces her not only as the person who's diligently helping driving her husband to and from a murder site, right, but she becomes the mastermind in that moment. So I would have really focused on, and perhaps they did, and yeah, we don't have video of it, but that's what I would have focused on.
Yeah, and that became a question: who was controlling who in this? Who could have stopped who? That became a question. And Tiffany, we have about over a minute.